Malaysia, the 14 states, Sabah, Sarawak, Singapore, and the 11 states of the former Federation of Malaya form Malaysia. Singapore, the little New York of Malaysia, is the 5th largest port in the world and the crossroads of the Orient. A free port, Singapore's prosperity has been mainly built through trade and commerce. Year in and year out, ships from far and near bring visitors and cargoes. But today, cargoes of a different kind. Caravans, 47 caravans from the United States and Canada. Young and old, 103 caravaniers are the first ever to set foot on Malaysian soil. Coming from all walks of life, they want to travel by road to see happy Malaysia. Their main interest is the pleasure and education of travel. In each country they visit, they are eager to learn about the local history, its customs and cultures, to sample its unique food, and to see temples and ruins. Singapore has grown from a small village to a great city. This metropolis has much to offer and much to show the thousands of visitors every year. The Caravanier's itinerary covers an overland tour from Singapore to Portugal in 13 months. They travel with food and the amenities of life in their homes on wheels. A week in Singapore is hardly enough. From Singapore to the state of Johor, linked by a mile of road and rail causeway. Domestic flights also link all big towns in Malaysia. Johor Bahru, its capital, is the gateway to the mainland from the south, and the main government offices are within this old, magnificent building. Sultan Abu Bakar Mosque is one of many such mosques in Malaysia. At the Johor Royal Customs, officials carry out their formalities courteously and efficiently. Provided with a list of caravans and paraphernalia carried, the officials waive detailed checks in this particular case. Special instructions by the Department of Tourism to essential officers have made facilities available to our American visitors. Onwards through Johor Bahru, the caravaniers leave the bustling town for the rolling plantations of pineapple, only an hour's trip from Singapore. Tons of pineapple are harvested all the year round. At the factory, our visitors acquaint themselves with the processes of canning. Canned pineapples are a popular dessert in many homes. They are also exported for world consumption. This industry has contributed a fair share of income to the state of Johor. To quench your thirst on a hot day, there's nothing like Malaysian pineapple juice. Northwards, along the main highway, lie the pepper gardens. Used as spice for curry, pepper is an essential ingredient. Its growth is quite temperamental. Set against blue sky and grandeur of greenery are the vast oil palm plantations. At regular intervals, the fruit is harvested for the making of soap and cooking oil. Partly an agricultural state, Johor yearly gains as much revenue from pineapple as from the sales of oil palm products. The rubber trees flourish in neat rows of man's cultivation and are found everywhere in the country. The latex is the milk and honey of Malaysia's economic prosperity and stability. Tapping rubber needs skill, or else the tree may be mutilated. An opportunity to tap rubber in Malaysia is a remarkable experience for our visitor. Onwards again, now a road journey to Malacca. Historic Malacca on the west coast illustrates an enchanting landscape with its beautiful coastline. It is a city of houses and buildings of quaint old architecture. At one time, a thriving and prosperous center of commerce, Malacca today has been superseded by the ports of Penang and Singapore. Once a Malay sultanate, Malacca has been ruled by many colonial powers. Relics still remain to mark their occupation. On St. Paul's Hill stands the Church of the Apostle of the East, whose body was interred here but later removed to Portugal, St. Francis Xavier. The Sam Po well existed since the 13th century, like the famous fountain of Trevi in Rome. Legend says whoever drinks the water from this well will someday return to Malacca. The oldest Chinese temple in Malaysia is the Cheng Hun Ting, dedicated by the Chinese immigrants to the goddess of mercy. Cheng Hun Ting means the abode of merciful clouds. On the main trunk route, 52 miles north of Malacca, lies Seremban, the capital of Negeri Sembilan, or the 9 states. As a gesture of Malaysian hospitality, a teacher from Malacca volunteers to act as a guide for the tourists. A good road, the Mantin Pass winds its way between small hills and picturesque valley, leading onwards to Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur, the Washington of Malaysia, has a democratic Malaysian parliament with a constitutional monarch, Sri Paduka Baginda Yang di-Pertuan Agong. As a capital city, many modern buildings have sprung up in the past few years. Welcome to Kuala Lumpur. A modern dual-carriage highway connects Kuala Lumpur to its satellite town of Petaling Jaya, with its many residential houses and small industries of local and foreign investments. Petaling Jaya is Malaysia's boom town. Living on trailers gives these caravaniers a chance to become more a part of the place. Here they acquaint themselves with the local people. There is nothing to sell or to advertise, but just a return hospitality between East and West. Director of Tourism of Malaysia, who has travelled widely to promote tourism abroad, pays them a friendly visit with his family. Pleasure mixed with business, he exchanges views on tourist promotion with the director of the Caravanners. The Minister of Commerce and Industry was also there to welcome the visitors. His ministry has done much to publicize Malaysia abroad. After a welcome speech, the Director of Tourism is bestowed with the insignia berry as honorary member of the Caravanners. Rich in customs and culture, thrills our visitors with songs and dances, an enchanting night to remember. A day for a tour of Kuala Lumpur. Kuala Lumpur is an emporium of fascinating shops. Those with money to spend can buy almost anything one desires, like the beautiful silverware of Terengganu or the gorgeous batik of Kelantan, skillfully woven by our weavers. Visitors cannot resist purchasing a few of the lovely articles. The imposing National Museum replaces the old one that was bombed during the Second World War. In this spacious building are preserved some of the varied collections of tradition and culture of the old and legendary. This new flyover serves to ease the heavy flow of traffic and bridges the past with the present era. Financially and politically stable, Kuala Lumpur forges ahead in the 20th century, but still retains its Moorish architecture of domes and minarets. This secretariat houses several important government offices. A pleasant break in the long journey north lies Malaysia's own little Switzerland, 5,000 feet up, Caravan Highlands. Its town, Tanah Rata, provides first-class hotels and a variety of food for the discriminating gourmet. It's a haven for city dwellers too. The cool, invigorating climate is reminiscent of their own hometown, a more pleasant time for get-together and discussions of what to see. A major cultivation of Caravan Highlands is tea. Tea is grown on the vast hill slopes since 1926. Cultivated for local needs, it is today consumed more and more by overseas drinkers. A primitive blowpipe creates curiosity and eager inspection in our visitors. The caravaniers marvel at their skill. A change in menu for a delightful evening is the famous Chinese steamboat dinner. The food is a mixture of raw meat and vegetables put in steaming soup, cooked over charcoal fire and best eaten steaming hot with chopsticks. The new Ringlet Dam and lakes are only part of Caravan Highlands hydroelectric projects to provide more power and electricity for Malaysia's new homes and expanding industries. Ipoh, the capital of Negeri Perak, is an important commercial and light industrial centre. With monitor pumps and tall wooden structures, this mine gains the tin ore quite differently from a $1 million tin dredge. Perak is called the Silver State because the world's richest tin deposits are found in its Kinta Valley. Tin is next to rubber as Malaysia's biggest dollar earner. The Iskandar Bridge spans the longest river in Perak. 150 miles north of Ipoh lies the island state and city of Penang, the Pearl of the Orient. On the road again, and in the rain, the trailers are ferried across the Straits of Penang. Only 110 square miles, Penang has been a trading centre since the time of Marco Polo. It has also been a free port since 1876. At the Teachers Training College in Glugor, our visitors are treated to a satay party, a favourite everywhere, a Malay speciality. Slivers of chicken or beef speared on coconut skewers and barbecued over glowing coal are eaten with a dish of peanut and chilli sauce. Here's one who's interested in the art of satay grilling. And this young toddler certainly loves to try a Malaysian cake. The ronggeng is a popular Malay dance. Following age-old tradition, the partners don't hold hands. Not behind time, our lovely Malay hostesses dance the twist in the national sarong and kabaya. Bright and sunny, it's time to leave the campsite for another exciting day. The Snake Temple, built in 1850, harbours a large number of harmless snakes, popularly known as the Divine Ones by the worshippers. One more for the album, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Tortoises symbolize longevity. Feed them well, you too may enjoy a long life. In the courtyard of the Ayar Itam temple lies the pagoda of 10,000 Buddhas. Some of the images were donated by neighbouring countries about 40 years ago. Thousands of visitors come to Penang each year. Many never miss exploring the scenic botanical gardens or feed the wild monkeys. A little less than 3,000 feet high, in the heart of the island, is Penang Hill, a popular rendezvous for visitors and local residents. Its summit is reached in half an hour by the only funicular railway in Malaysia. It provides a splendid view of thick woodlands and also the teeming city and rice fields far below. Golden at harvest, magically emerald at planting are the rice fields of Kedah. Rice is the staple food of Malaysians, and Kedah is one of the great rice bowl states of Malaysia. Passing through Alor Star, the capital of Kedah, the Caravaniers are now on their last leg of their tour. At the border between Malaysia and Thailand, our Malaysian immigration and customs officials greet every caravaner with a smile and a wish for a pleasant journey ahead. We have enjoyed their company, just as we hoped they too have enjoyed our little Malaysian hospitality and our way of life. Always happy and friendly with friends and neighbours, we now bid farewell to one and all, seeing Malaysia by Caravan.